Hello everyone. So today we are going to start with Unit 4's Electronic Spreadsheet, chapter number 30, using cell references. So in this chapter, we will learn how Microsoft Excel uses cell referencing. That is, we are going to mention the different name of the cells, how cell referencing is used in Microsoft Excel to do all the works that are being done throughout a spreadsheet to calculate a value, to use something inside a function or make a formula. We already learned about how we can make simple formulas and complex formulas or compound formulas. We already learned that. So this is something what we are going to learn from using cell references. And what are those? Like data from, we are going to refer to data. That is actually referring data. We are going to refer data to from a single cell or multiple cells or a particular range of cells, or it can be represented from different parts of a worksheet, and not only that, we can call it from another workbook also. So we are going to learn about this type of references. In basically, whenever we are using some formulas or functions, by default, relative referencing is used. So that is something done by default. And then we have absolute referencing, and then we have mixed referencing. So we are going to use some examples to check out how this particular thing works. So we will first open Excel. We'll create a new spreadsheet, and in that new spreadsheet, what we are going to do is we are going to uh, learn about creating relative references, creating absolute references, and about creating mixed references. Okay, so let's get on with it. So in the first example regarding relative referencing, so I'm going to just write down some roll numbers, names, names, and marks of subject 1, subject 2. Okay, so let it be that roll number 1, let the name be something like this, 60, 70. Roll number 2, let's have another name, 50, 40. In roll number 3, uh, let's have this name and this. Roll number 4, let's have so let's be these values. Let me just find out the total from over here, and as we have learned about the sum function in the previous chapter, I can directly type sum and select these two values. Now as you can see, whenever I clicked on the cell C2 and dragged my mouse to cell D2, automatically the function is accepting a range C2 colon D2. It is accepting a range, so I'll close the bracket and press the enter button, and it is going to show me the calculated value out of these two. Now when you copy this formula, we are going to copy this formula and we are going to paste it in the next row. So we are going to copy it by pressing Ctrl C, and then again I'll press over here Ctrl V. So as you can see, the row number, column numbers, or the cell address automatically changed. Over here, if I click, it is showing me C2 D2, and whenever I am clicking over here, it is showing me C3 D3. So actually, when we say relative referencing, it means that when we copy paste formulas or fill in the formulas, what happens is that we or not only us, that the formulas are reference to those formulas are automatically changed according to a particular notion. Now, what is that notion? Actually, if we check it out, we are uh, adding the two values that are there in the adjacent cells, C2 and D2. So whenever we are copying the formula from this particular cell to the next cell just below it, what Excel thinks that I am trying to calculate the values of the cells just previous to it, that is C3 and D3. And that's why what Excel does is it automatically sums up. And actually, this is what we do. So if I even use the fill handle over here as well as a fill pointer, even if I do this kind of filling, if I click over here, you can see the values that are the cell addresses that are over here has changed to C44, and for this one is changed to C5D5. This change is automatic and it is based on the relative reference of C2 and D2. That is why we call it a relative difference, because it changes the cells automatically within a given formula or function. Whatever it is, okay, it is going to automatically change those. Now, this is what an example of relative referencing is. Now let us make another example out of it. That is, we are going to learn what is absolute reference and what is the meaning of absolute reference, or when should we use absolute references, or where is absolute reference used. Now let us take an example of a store. Okay, so we have a store over here. Now you have that store is giving us a discount. Okay, and discount of how much? A 10%. The store is giving us a discount of 10%. Now you have bought a shirt, jeans, sweater. Okay, and each of these items costs as such. Sweater. Now what you want to means what is being done is that on each and every item this 10% discount is going to be applied. This 10% discount is going to be applied. Now what is to be done? We are going to find out the discount, that is the 10% discount of 1000. What is 10% of 1000? That we are going to find out. So we are going to press equal to, and after pressing equal to, we are going to select this 10% and then multiply it with the following value that is over here. That is what we want. So I'll press enter as soon, and you can easily see this is showing 100 over here. Now what if I drag the values that are over here? Now as you can see, what is happening? If I click over here, you can see K11 into K12, K11 into K12, because we multiplied these two. So Excel thought that when I'm going to fill up the values over here, we have to multiply these two. Same goes for this one also, it is multiplying 1200 into 550. But we didn't want that. We wanted 1200 into 10%, 550 into 10%. So what wrong did we do, or what mistake did we make? The mistake that we had made is that we did not make this particular cell as an absolute cell. An absolute cell actually means that whenever we are using this copy pasting of formulas, filling in of formulas, what happens is the cell remains the same. That is what we wanted to do. And how to make a particular cell as an absolute cell? To make a cell absolute, we need to put a dollar symbol in front of the column name as well as the row number. This makes a cell address absolute, and this is what we call is absolute addressing. Whenever we put a dollar sign in front of a particular row name and column number, the particular cell becomes fixed or absolute throughout the formula. So it does not change. So now if I press enter, it shows me 100. And now if I fill the rest of the formulas, as you can see, it is now multiplying as such. Now as you can see, K12 has changed, but K$10, it has not changed. Next, similar same thing goes on over here also. K13 has changed, but $10 has not changed. So we made this particular cell K10, we made this particular cell K10 an absolute value or an absolute cell reference. This is what we call is an absolute cell reference, where the cell becomes fixed, where the cell becomes fixed. Now coming to mixed reference. So as we can simply understand by the name, it is giving mixed reference. The name mixed reference automatically suggests that uh, both absolute reference and relative reference, they are at work. Now how do we make something a relative reference, and how do we make something absolute, and how do we make something mixed? So we already learned relative and absolute. Now we have to stand in between these two, that is we have to make something with mixed. So let us take a formula over here. Okay, let's have 10, then we have 20, then we have 30. Okay, next press the equal to symbol. Let us take 10 over here. We are going to select this. Now suppose I want to make this particular cell mixed referencing. What mixed referencing actually means is that if I press the dollar symbol over here now, the column name has a dollar symbol. That means the column name is going to be fixed, but the row number is going to change because we have not put anything, or we have not put the dollar symbol in front of the row number. So therefore this row number, what it is going to do, it is going to remain relative, that is the row number is going to change, but the column number is not going to change. That is what we call is a mixed referencing. Now moving on, if I select the next one, there is another type of relative another type of mixed referencing where we put the dollar symbol in front of the row number instead of the column name. So with this we can easily make something a mixed reference. These are the two mixed references that are there in Excel. That is, either we can put the dollar symbol in front of the column name, or we can put the dollar symbol in front of the row number. In both the ways, the task of mixed referencing is being done. So this is what actually referencing is all about. Now let me give you one quick shortcut, that is how can we toggle between absolute references, how can we toggle between the mixed references. So press equal to, select the cell that you want to make absolute reference or mixed reference, whatever it is. So press the function key F4 button. If you press it once, function key F4 button, if you press it once, you will see the dollar symbols are directly coming. The first press gives you absolute reference, and the second press gives you the row number mixed reference, and the third press gives you column name mixed reference. And again, if we press the button once again, it returns back to the same. So this is one way of quickly toggling between the different uh, references, referencing between relative referencing to absolute referencing to both the types of mixed referencing. So the shortcut key to do that is function key F4. So with this, our this particular chapter regarding the references ends, and we have some, definitely we have some activities over here. That is, the worksheet is given over here in the activity zone, that we have to prepare a worksheet as shown in figure A. We have to calculate the allowances, deductions and salaries of the employees according to the following rules that is given. Okay, so let us do that. And over here, definitely some new names and some things are given that we have to follow. Okay, so I will do this for you, I will show it to you, and your task will be to do the same. You can do it from your mobile phone or you can do it from your laptop also, and share the Excel file with me, not the PDF file. Share the Excel file with me. Okay, so let's begin this. So we have to take serial number, name, basic pay. Let's start. We will create one more sheet over here. Okay, and with that we are going to begin. Let's begin from over here. So it says is, first we have SNO, then we have name, then we have basic pay, then we have HRA, okay, HRA, so it says 12%. Okay, next we have is DA, that is 10%. We have DA, that is 10%. And next what we have is PF, that is 8%. PF we have 8%. And then we have the gross salary and then the net salary. We have gross salary and then net salary. Yes, net salary. Okay, so let us just prepare it nicely, make the columns as proper as possible. Just double click on this column header lines and it is going to be simple. So let's have 1 2, so how many serial numbers are there? There are 10 serial numbers. So we are going to just generate those serial numbers from over here, 10. And what are the names that are given? We have Ashu, Neha, Pooja. Let's take different names over here. Then any more names that are there? We have some names: Kavita, Shipra, Lakshmi, Krishna. So let's have this. And this, all these people, they have certain amount of basic pay. Okay, so we are just going to give random values. You are also going to give random values, not the values that I am giving. Okay, so any random value that you want, that can be given over here in this place. That is, according to whatever the basic pay is, you can give it according to your own wish. Okay, so it can be same for multiple people, but it does not matter that we have to give everything same. Everything should be different. You can just mix it up and provide it as I am doing over here. Okay, now, so we have completed this thing. Now what is HRA being said? HRA is being said as 12%. Now suppose I want to use absolute referencing for this. Let me just write down over here 12%. Okay, I'll just write it on this header. Now I will type equal to, I will press this and then press the multiplication symbol, then the multiplication symbol. I will click on this cell. I have selected cell I3 and then I will press the function key F4 button. So with this becomes absolute from over here. So with this I'll just drag it over here and we'll have our percentage that is there. Next, the same thing that is to be done for the DI itself. It is 10% over here, and we are going to calculate the dA in the same manner, that is basic multiplied by uh, dA is 10%, and again I am going to press the function key F4 over here and then press the enter button. So this is going to show me the results that I want accordingly. So done this person. Again we have the PF percentage over here, that is 8%. Okay, so with this what we are going to do, we are going to do equal to basic pay multiplied by 8%, and the same thing that we are going to do is the function key F4, we are going to make it absolute. Okay, now just drag it. So our calculation is done. Next what we are going to do, we are going to calculate the gross salary. Gross salary is calculated as such: basic pay plus HRA plus DA. This is what our gross salary is. So now this is the outcome of the gross salary. I'm going to just drag it over here as such, and net salary is what? Net salary, whatever the gross salary is, we deduct the PF out of it, and that becomes the net salary. So with this we complete the task that we had at hand, that is the activity that you have to do at the end of this class. So with this we complete this particular uh, chapter number 13, and then moving on to the next chapter, that is, it is one of the beautiful chapters that is there in Excel, where we learn how to create charts, how charts are created, and how many different types of charts are there. And we are going to discuss about all these kinds of charts that are there, and along with that the different components of the charts. Okay, and how we can edit those charts, or what we can see from there, what are the details that are there, and if we want to edit it by ourselves, what to do. So these are some things that we are going to learn over here. So first of all, let us learn how to make charts. So definitely charts are always dependent on tables. We have to always remember that charts are always dependent on tables. And even this, I showed this to you in maybe in class 7 itself, that creating chart is very simple thing. Creating a chart is a very simple procedure. So what to do? So let us make a weather chart, a chart that is going to contain the values in a bar chart, or a column chart. We'll check out those charts itself, but we are going to create an weather chart. So let's begin with the name of the month, then with rainfall, and then with temperature, and after that let's take humidity. Okay, so this is how our uh, this particular data is going to look like. So we are going to follow up with January, and then I'm going to fill it up till December, and let's put in some values over here. Okay, these aren't the actual exact values, but they are going to definitely help us to make the things that are here more or less similar. Okay, now we have this. So we have 5, let's put 15 over here. In March we may have 20, in April 30, May 35, June 35, July it may go up to 40, August may have to go up to 40, then it is going to come down again to 30, 30, then after that it comes down to 20, then again in the month of November it comes at 15, and then over here let's take as 12. So we have this particular 3 tables over here. For the time being, let us remove the humidity from over here. So what we have to do is that first we have to select the data. That is the first step for creating the chart. Okay, first we have to select the data. Then we'll click on the insert tab. After creating that, clicking on the insert tab, we'll click on the table button, table command. And whatever is being said over here, we'll click on OK. Now again go to the Insert tab, click on this chart. This is called column chart, and if I click on it, as you can see, it is showing me 2D column, 3D column, 2D bar, 3D bar. Whatever we prefer, we are going to do it. So first let us take this 2D column. So as soon as I take it, it is showing me the chart has been created as such. The chart title is over here. All the values that are there is marked properly, along with the markings that the blue color is for rainfall, red color or the orange color is used for the temperature. And now what we need to enter over here is the chart title. We can just double click on it and erase whatever is there. Okay, so we can just do that and type in weather chart. So in this way we can quickly create a chart that we have. This is one of the easiest methods of creating a column chart or a bar chart. We can also select the data again, click on the insert button, click on this column symbol over here, click on the 2D bar. This is going to create another separate chart that is there over here. The difference is between these two charts is the data that is over here, one is shown vertically. In case of column chart, it is shown vertically. In case of bar charts, it is shown horizontally. Now I'm going to do the next column over here. There is a humidity column. Okay, now upon pressing enter, as you can see, automatically it is being included into the table. This is one of the facilities that we get in Excel, that once we type in column headers in adjacent cells, automatically it is included as table. If I did not select the data and create a table, this wouldn't have happened. This facility is there for table only. So let us check out what happens if I do this over here. So if I just write 10, as you can see, automatically in the month of January in the chart a particular bar popped up. So if I, as soon as I go on entering some values that are there, it is automatically showing up the values that are there. Okay, so these values that are over here, whatever I am entering, automatically it is becoming a part of the chart that we have created. So this is what we call is normally creating a chart, and it is one of the easiest way of creating a chart. Now we have to also remember one thing, that is that all the type of chart is not suitable for all kinds of data. That is, we have this current data over here. It does not mean that it is going to be suitable for everything. It is not going to be suitable for everything. So now let us create one more chart, that is the pie chart. So over here, let us take some data over here. So we have, let's take so we are going to find out, we are going to create a pie chart out of which it is going to show us the percentage of male, percentage of female, and percentage of child. Okay, so let's write male over here. Let's type in 45%. Then let's write female over here, and let's give it 40%. Now remember, whenever you are giving data in terms of percentages, try not to go above 100%. Okay, so what we have over here, we have 40%, 45%, so 85% in total. So 15% remaining. So we'll just type in 15%. Now we are going to select the data. So after selecting the data, click on insert, click on table, and click on OK. So with that, after that, what we are going to do is we are going to click over here, select the data that is over here, click on the insert button again, click on this pie chart icon, select a 2D pie chart. So as you can see, automatically this is being shown over here. And if we want to see the values or percentages, we'll just click on the different type of chart designs that are there, and it is going to show us the selected data that is over here. So this is how we can quickly create a particular pie chart. Even if the value is not given in percentage, if the value is given in numeric values, then also the same mathematical procedure is used, that is used to create a pie chart that you learned in previous classes. That is how you can create a pie chart, okay, from fractions, from numbers, from directly directly multiplying the fraction with 360-degree, whatever procedure we follow, those internal procedures are followed by Excel to create this particular pie chart. Now what we do have next, our next chart is um, line chart. Okay, so how does line chart work? Now let us take a small example of this particular data. We'll just copy these two columns. We'll just copy these two columns from over here, and we are going to paste it in another sheet from over here. As the data is already in table format, we don't need to create a table anymore. So we'll go to line chart. So we have charts over here, line chart. So we'll click on it and click on 2D line. So this is how our 2D line chart is going to be displayed. If we want the values that are related with it, so we can definitely select the values that are there, select the type of chart that is there. With this one, I can see the values that are there on the line chart. Similarly, with the same thing, we can also create a surface chart from over here, or a 2D surface chart that shows the rise and fall of the surface of the plot area, and we can simply mark the areas that we want from with different types of surface colors and surface values. How do we want to check each and everything? So it is shown over here. Now these are some of the examples of a line chart and a particular um, surface chart. Okay, now moving on to the next one, what we have is an area chart. So let's try to find out what is an area chart. So we'll click on insert again, and we'll click on this particular recommended chart sections. Okay, by clicking on it, we will see the sum of the recommended charts that can be displayed with that is shown. We'll click on area chart. As you can see, the area chart is the same chart that we showed right now directly. Okay, that is how our this current picture is showing us the data that we have. Now next we have the XY scatter chart. Okay, so let's click on this scatter chart. So scatter chart shows only the dots, it does not connect the lines. Okay, so if I click on this data and create this scatter chart over here, so this is how the scatter chart is displayed. This is how the scatter chart is displayed. Now usually scatter charts are used to find out or used to display the density of something in a particular area. Okay, if we had a data that consisted of the density of population in a particular area, so in that case it would show us correct results according to that. So this is how we can use the scatter chart, or it's also called XY scatter chart. Next what we have, I already showed to you the pie chart, and next we have the donut chart. Let's check I do have donut chart or not. Okay, so we'll move on to this data itself, and we'll click on the insert button. Again click on this recommended charts and go to all charts, and let's see if I have the donut shaped chart or not. Okay, so let's go to histogram combo, fall, box and whisker, histogram, sunburst. Okay, now usually as you can see, this particular data that is being said over here is kind of more or less same. Okay, In case of, okay, it is this donut chart is there under the pie chart. Okay, under pie chart this donut chart is over here, and over here in this sunburst also you will be getting the same kind of chart over as such. So you can select it from any kind of area. Well, let us select it from pie, and then donut, and then click on the OK button. So this creates the donut chart for us, and definitely we can use any kind of chart designs to put in the values in those spaces, or whatever chart design it is looking good for us, we are going to use that particular type of chart over here. So as you can see, all type of data is not same for all the type of charts. Maybe a column chart is much more easier when we use only one column of data. When you have small data, we can use it for creating pie charts or donut charts as such. Now let us discuss about the different components of a chart. So the first is number one, the chart area. So what does the chart area include? It includes everything that is inside there in the chart. That is this particular thing, this white border. As you can see, the white border over here in a chart, okay, or this total border that is there over here, it is called chart area. As soon as now you can see, as soon as I select it, this format chart area option is coming. So that means we have correctly selected the chart area thing. We have correctly selected that, and that's why it is showing us the chart area. Now, next, moving on, we have the category axis. Now, what is the category axis? It is also known as the x-axis. That is, in case of this particular data over here, January, February, March, this is also called the x-axis or the category axis. And along with that, we have the value axis, which contains the value. This is also known as the y-axis. In case of bar charts, it is little bit different. Then we have the data series. Data series actually means these bars that are over here. These bars are actually called the data series, that is used to display the data on the screen. Okay, next we have category name, that is the names that are displayed on the x-axis and the y-axis. That is what we call is a category name. Now currently in our this particular chart we do not have a category name, so we can insert the category name if we want. Over here, that is, we are going to go to add chart element. Now it is chart title, axis title. Let's see, trend line. So it is not showing anything. Axis title. Okay, so axis title, as you can see, if I click on primary horizontal, it is showing me the axis title option that is there over here. So I can write definitely over here months. Now it depends on you how you want to display each and every of these items, or if you want this again for the vertical axis also, that also you can do. That also you can easily insert that particular category name from over there. Okay, now we have the plot area. Plot area means the area within which the data is being plotted. That is, as you can see over here, let me show it another part from this area. This gray area that is there, that is usually called the plot area, on which the area is going to be measured and all. So that is the plot area, or wherever the plotting is being done, that is called the plot area. So next we have legend. Now what is a legend? Legend actually are the symbols that are used to represent something in a chart. So as you can see over here in this particular chart that is there, that this blue color is representing male, orange color is representing female, and a gray color is representing the child. So this is what the particular legend is called, that these are the samples that are used to mark what kind of data is there in a chart particularly. So this is how we use these legends for our purposes. Next we have the chart title. Definitely I showed it to you. I changed the chart title to something else, that is the weather report or something like that, or weather chart or something like that. That is what a chart title actually is. Just we give a name to it. Next we have the grid lines. What are grid lines? Grid lines are these small uh, lines or these large lines. Okay, this 120, 100, 80, we are seeing some of the lines. These lines are called grid lines. Grid lines can be there horizontally as well as vertically. Okay, so these grid lines do make us proper uh, graph proper graph. Okay, proper graph output. So this with that particular thing, so let me just click over here. I'll show it to you. We'll go to chart design, add element. Let's go to grid lines and write in measure horizontal. So as you instantly saw, this box is coming up over here. Then again, let's go to grid lines, primary, minor, horizontal. So as you can see, small lines are coming up over here. And then again, we'll go to grid lines and then give primary, minor, vertical. So you will see small lines in between this. So this becomes a kind of a graph that is drawn uh, in that particular manner. So with this, we can have a simple idea of what charts is and how we can create a chart in Excel. I have explained each and every part of this. Now over here we are talking about moving a chart, uh, resizing a chart and deleting a chart. So how can we move the chart? Okay, so usually to move a chart, I am already showed this multiple times. Whenever you have this directional arrow, click and hold and move it anywhere. Click and hold and move it anywhere. So we'll have the, when we have the 4 directional arrow, that means we are moving a chart. Okay, now next we have is resizing. To resize a chart, hold the corner points and you can just increase or decrease or shrink or grow the size of the chart that is there. Next we have deleting a chart. Nothing much is there to be there chart. Just select the chart that is there, press the delete key from the keyboard, it is going to delete the chart. That's it. That's it. And with that we finish this particular chapter, chapter number 14. Okay, so now what you are going to do is, in mobile also charts are available. So you are going to do this along with the previous work that I gave. That is, you will write this over here, select it and create 3 types of charts that are there. It is, this function is available in the mobile phone also. Okay, so what you just need to open the Excel app from mobile phone, and after that type in the data as it is shown, then select the data and do those changes that has been asked of you. Okay, so with this I end today's class. Thank you.